The breath, it's a metronome, isn't it? In, out. Just like that, life pulses. But beneath the surface, beneath the daily grind, there's this pull, a yearning for something more, something real. And when you start to chase that, when you start looking inwards, that's when they show up. They call them the three obstacles and four devils, this old roadmap to the messy business of becoming a better version of whatever this is. Earthly desires, the first obstacle. They glitter so enticingly, don't they? That perfect job, the right partner, the bigger house, the endless scroll of wants and needs. It's like being a moth drawn to a flame, except the flame is just an illusion, a fleeting pleasure that leaves you empty and wanting more. It's a constant chorus of I want, I need, I must have, drowning out the quiet voice that whispers, you already are. It's the constant seeking outside of yourself, isn't it? The frantic grasping for something that's already within you, waiting to be recognized. Then there's karma, the second obstacle, the weight of the past, those missteps, those half hearted attempts, those opportunities missed, the echoes of choices made, good or bad, reverberating through the present. It's not about penance and not about wallowing in regret, but about acknowledgement, about understanding the ripple effect of actions, the interconnectedness, and the responsibility we carry. It's the understanding that the past is a lesson, not a life sentence. It's about transforming that weight into purpose, using it as fuel to propel you towards genuine growth. A real understanding that you are where you are because of the choices, but you don't have to remain there. And finally, retribution. Not in divine or external form, but the inevitable backlash from our own internal choices, the self-sabotage, the negative loops, the constant self-judgment. It's the internal voice that says, you're not good enough, you'll never make it, you're destined to fail. It's the prison you create for yourself, brick by painstaking, limiting brick. It's cruel and deceptive, and it requires such deliberate internal work to acknowledge it and break it down. It's the most insidious of the three because it seems to come from within, but it really comes from the fear of not being worthy and therefore prevents us from the very thing we seek. Then come the devils, the four insidious destroyers lurking in the shadows of our own making. First, the hindrance of the five components, the body, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. It's the constant pull of the material world, the distractions of sensory input, the attachment to transient experiences. It's about realizing that these elements are not the source of our true selves, but merely vehicles for experiencing this moment. It's about seeing through them, understanding they are not you, but rather a vessel for you to experience as your most authentic self. Then there's earthly desires again, returning in devilish form. These wants become cravings, obsessions, leading to dissatisfaction when they are not met. They're the driving forces of attachment, which inherently creates suffering. It's the cycle of wanting, getting, and wanting more, all at the expense of genuine fulfillment. It's the understanding that no matter how fulfilling something is, it is still transient, and therefore can't be the source of true happiness. Death is the third devil, not just cessation of life, but the fear of the unknown, the fear of losing what we cling to. It's the anxiety that paralyzes, preventing us from fully embracing the present. It's the reminder of impermanence, but it should inspire us to truly live, to seize each moment, to love deeply and wholeheartedly. It's a reminder that nothing is permanent, therefore everything is precious. And then, the Devil King, the one that feels the most insurmountable. It's the fear of facing our deepest selves, the resistance to change, the refusal to let go of the familiar. It's the arrogance of thinking we know it all, the resistance to accepting alternative perspectives. It's the biggest obstacle because it prevents you from making any genuine progress. It's the ego, writ large, desperate to remain in control, even when that control is suffocating. But the truth is, these aren't meant to scare us. these obstacles and devils. They're not roadblocks, but markers on the path. They are uncomfortable, yes, but they are not insurmountable. They are opportunities for growth, for refinement, for the strengthening of our inner resolve. To feel joy and genuine happiness, one has to embrace the shadows and acknowledge the darkness, for it is only then can we truly appreciate the light. The key is in the understanding that all these seemingly negative things are really signposts that show us where there is growth to be made. To see them, confront them, and transmute them, not by fighting against them, but by understanding their inherent lesson, is how we elevate. This inner work, this constant cycle of self-awareness and self-improvement, that is where real change lies. That is where true freedom resides. It's a long journey, yes, but it's the only journey worth taking. The breath, it goes on, in, out, and with that realization, the journey begins anew.